Hello. On today's show, we're going to be showing you how to set up your own graphical user interface using GUI Zero. GUI Zero is designed for new learners like myself to set up and configure graphical user interfaces. I'm your host, JC, and this is BWIT TV.
You show your shit that you might not know. Welcome, my friend, to the BWIT show.
All right, yeah, come on, man. Come on, man. Have a seat. Get your machine set up. I'm your host, JC. This is BWIT TV, where we like to talk about all things related to technology, give you the latest in tech news and gadgets and anything else that I think about or feel like sharing with y'all guys. So, like I said on today's show, we're going to be talking about GUI Zero. All right, so take a minute. I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna need here. So basically, if you this is gonna be we're gonna be configuring this in Python. So go ahead and load up your IDE, your integrated development environment, or whatever you're using to do your Python coding. I'm using PyCharm. Feel free to download and use that if that's what you're using. Otherwise, open up your development environment and go ahead and create you a new Python file. For the use of this lab, we're going to call this, we're just going to call it GUI, we'll just call it GUI Zero. GUI Zero. How about my first GUI? How about that? My first GUI. All right, so we got that up. So basically what we're going to be doing is creating a graphical user interface. Simple graphical, just show you the process using GUI Zero. GUI Zero is very simple. It's designed to allow new users, new learners to quickly and easily create GUIs for the program. So that's what we're going to be showing you today. So stick with us here. Bear with me. I'm going to get things set up and lined up here for you. But excuse me. Let me get a little something to drink here. Excuse me. And so what you'll basically learn is kind of, you'll be able to see how your functions can be put together to help create your GUIs. And this project, this project that we're actually working on, you can follow along and find this at raspberrypi.org under their software projects, Python software projects. So if you want to follow along with us, go ahead and shoot there. You can step through some of the project that we're going to be working on. Okay. All right. So make sure we're going to be utilizing Python 3 and the GUI Zero Python module. Okay. So what you need to do, make sure you have have Python installed, and if you don't have GUI Zero installed, you can use that, install it with pip. So you'll sudo pip3 install and the name of the module, so which is GUI Zero. So just so I can show you that, I've already got it installed, so I don't want to really kind of duplicate. But here, let me open up terminal here. It's already installed. So what you want to do is install GUI Zero, sudo pip3 install GUI Zero. I'll put in my password for my admin. Okay, and it's probably gonna, see, telling me requirements are already satisfied. So in any other case, it will go ahead and install the GUI Zero module for you. So that's done. That's out of the way. Go ahead and close that back. Okay. So let's talk about, basically, you know, a GUI is like I mentioned, it stands for graphical user interface. And so what we're going to be doing is showing you how to create that. And eventually maybe this will translate into you taking some of your existing terminal programs or Python programs and creating GUIs for them. All right, so let's get started. So first thing, with our environment open, Python loaded, we've got our module installed. So first thing that we want to do is we want to load our module. Okay, so what we'll be doing is, and we created a new file. Name it whatever you want to name it. You can name your Python file whatever you want to name it. So let's go in. We're going to start this. So we're going to say from Gui Zero. See, it's populated there. I'm going to drop it down from Gui Zero. Import app. All right, we got that. All right. All right. So now, excuse me. All right, now we're going to create a variable, an app variable. So we're going to say app equals, and that's going to be app, and then title equals hello world. And then, so this app equals app is our this is what's going to create, or this is our title for our GUI window. And then hit enter, and what we do is we call that variable app. So we say app dot display. You see that right here. All right. And once we call that app, we call the variable app, and then we call it and say display. And okay, we got that. And you need to save that. Go ahead and save the file. So, and that is like the basic of creating your first GUI. That is it. I mean, it begins it and ends it right there. So let's go ahead and we'll run it. I'll show you here. Oh, sorry about that. That's trying to load a different, let me right click. Sorry about that. All right, so now let's go here, right click. I'm gonna say run my first GUI. Bam. And as you can see here, if you can see that, and you can't. So let me make sure you can see my okay, I'm sorry. Capture, window capture. Okay. Window capture. No, I want screen capture. Bear with me. Let me get this fixed up here. All right. There we go. So, window. Let's hide the window. All right, and then splash. All right, there we go. So, there we go. There's my GUI. Let me rerun that. Sorry about it. We had a little text. So here's our from GUI import app. App equals app. Capital A app, and then in open closed parentheses. We have title equals hello world, and we call app and say dot display open close parentheses. This will call our GUI. So let's right click, we'll run, and bam, pops up there as you can see here. Here's our GUI. Up top, which it says hello world. Simple. That's it. That's your first GUI. Very simple, very plain, like straightforward. Like I said, that was actually 3 lines of code. All right, that's all I got for you. Bye. No, I'm just playing. There's a little bit more. I want to show y'all just a little tad bit more. So that's our first GUI. Okay. So congratulations, that is your very first GUI. Let's go on, and so now let's go ahead. Let's add a widget to our GUI. Okay. Let's add a widget to our GUI. So let's go back to our code. All right, so what you want to do is, let's go back up here. We're going to add onto the GUI import module. Let's add, so you're going to comma space. We're going to add the text module. Add that. All right, so what you want to do is everything. So you want to put all your code for your GUI between the app and here. So anything between here will run and be displayed in your GUI. So that's where you want to add your GUI widget, or any code will go here. All right. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go ahead and let's add some additional stuff in here. Let's add a. We're going to add a text widget to display inside the GUI. So we're going to call this welcome message. So we're going to create a variable called welcome message underscore message, and that's going to equal text. We're calling the text. We're calling text from Gui Zero. Text open close parentheses, and text your call. Once you now inside your arguments, you're going to put in which text, and you're calling the app. You're calling the actual GUI here, which is app, the variable app, and comma, and then we're going to say text equals, and we're going to put in the text we want to display in the GUI. Okay, say welcome to my app. That's it. Okay, let me get rid of this because we don't need it. Okay. All right, so looks good. That's what we got. So let's take a look, see now what we got. All right, let's hit the run. I can simply hit up here my run button, or you can, whatever Python environment you're running this in, go ahead and hit run again, save and run. Okay, I'll run this again. And there we go. I forgot to I got too many of these windows open up. Let me run that again so you guys can see. Let's click run. And there we go. So as you can see here, welcome to my app. This is the Hello World app, the Hello World GUI, and it says welcome to my app. All right, so very easy, very simple. All right, so now let's say, how about let's I'm gonna show you. Let's adjust the text in here. We're gonna let's say you want this to appear a little bit larger than what it is. Okay, so let's close that. Close that. Let's go back here. So go back in this welcome message variable, and after your text, we're going to comma space. We're going to say size. We're going to define the size as we're going to say 40. Okay. And this allows us to edit the text and font within our GUI here. So we're going to say size 40, comma. We're going to say font equals I don't know what an easy font is. They have New Times Roman on here on the project here. So let's say Times New Roman. And also we want to also add the color of the text. So we'll say color equals, and what we have on here on our project is light blue. All right, so we've added and defined some characteristics of how the text is going to appear in the GUI. So let's go ahead and run that again and see what we got. All right, as you can see, that does look a little light. Let me close. I'm gonna change it to a different color. I don't know how that looks on the screen there for you guys. Let's just say blue instead of light blue. We'll call it blue. And run that again. And there you go. See, we've got an increase in our text font size as well as a change in color. Welcome to my app. All right. Looking good, looking good. So we've created our first GUI. We've added some text to our GUI. All right. So how about let's on our next step here, we're going to add a text box to your GUI here. All right. So moving forward, and so remember, all of our code is going to go in here. Okay, let me put some comments so we know what we're working with here. And this is our variable for GUI text. All right, and we're going to go down here and create a variable for our text box. For GUI text box. We're going to say variable for GUI window. All right. So down here, we're going to create our text box variable. Okay, so first thing we want to do is on our import statement, we're going to add the text box to our import statement. Okay, come back down here where we're going to put in our code variable for our text box GUI. So we're going to say we're going to just put a text box for your name. Okay, so we're going to call it my name. My name space my underscore name space equals, and then we're going to call the text box open close parentheses, and we're going to call this argument we're going to say app. So that's what our program is, app. Okay, And that's it. So that's how we get our text box in here. Very simple. So we're at what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of code, actual code, not including our comments. So we're like literally maybe 9 lines here. So let's run this again, and voila. So here's our text box here. Welcome to my app. So, and so let me show you now. If you want to make the text box a little bit wider, what you do is here, you come in here and you comma under the variable my name. Inside that parentheses, you would comma after app, you comma space and say width equals. Let's try 12. Okay, rerun that again. Take a look. Text box is a little bit wider. Let's say I need a little bit more space than that. I got a longer name than that. So let's pump it up here. Let's say 25. All right, we doubled that. We'll run it again, and bam! As you can see here, so that just shows you how you can adjust the text box there. Give that. Uh, Give it some more space if you need a wider box in there. So far we've created our GUI window. We've added a text, some actual text to the GUI. Added a text box to our GUI, and so let's keep it pushing forward here. Hey, don't forget, y'all hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this content. Please share this video with everyone that you might know that may enjoy this content. So you don't, and also, hey, we would love any of your donations out there. You can donate to the channel down there at the Cash App at $whoyoubwit. All right, so I'm gonna keep on going here, moving forward. So next on our agenda here, we're gonna create the push button. Okay, so we're gonna create a push button for our GUI. So let's go back to our code and let's add that part into the import statement. So we want to say push button. There it is. We're going to come down here to our code. We're going to say comment variable for GUI push button. All right, so we got that. This just gives you a description, tells you what each line, what we're doing here, okay? So, actually, this is where we're going to get into the interesting stuff here. So, this is actually, we're going to create a, function for our push button here. So, and this is going to be the button that we'll push once we put our name in. So let's go ahead and create our function. So that is def our function. We're going to call it say my name. Okay, and then we're going to creates our function. Okay, and we're going to call welcome message dot val. So that's the value. We're calling the value of the welcome message. Okay, and that's going to equal my name dot value. Okay, so this say my name function refers to the text widget, okay, that you've written. So so say my name refers to this text widget here. Okay, so what we have, Okay. All right, so next what we want to do is we're going to put in another variable here. It says update text and equals, and we're going to call push button, and that's going to be the app, then our app, and then we're going to say command equals say I got this. Hold on, sorry. Oh, see, I got this out of order here. Go down here, Control V, command equals say my name without the open close parentheses, comma, text equals and we're going to say display my name. Display my name. All right, so we got that. Make sure my stuff is kind of lined out right here. Okay, so we got that. Looks good. So let's run the code. Let's see what we got. Bam. All right, so this is what we got. We got our push button here that says display my name. So essentially, when I type the name in here, my name, this is going to change welcome to my app to the name that you typed in. So let's type in my name here. My name is JC. I'm going to say BWIT host. Display my name. And there it is, folks. JC BWIT host. That's pretty cool. Let's see if let's try something else. I am the king. Oh, that's cool. Check that out. That all right. That is I like that. All right. So that's pretty good. All right. So let's move on. We're gonna go ahead. Our next piece to the puzzle that we're gonna create is a slider widget. Okay. This will allow the values in a lets users pick a value kind of easily within a certain section in the GUI here. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to create another function. So we're going to say def change text size. Okay, and we're going to say welcome message dot size equals slider underscore value. And where am I missing something here? Okay. Oh, I forgot. Oh, that's why. So on your import statement, make sure you add slider. Here we go. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we can come down and say add our stuff here. All right. We're gonna add our text size. We're gonna say text size equals slider, and that's gonna be app, and we're gonna say command equals change text size, and we're gonna say boom, and we're gonna start that equals 10, and we're gonna end this, the comma end equals 80. All right, so okay, I think value we must add parameter inside the brackets. Oh, that's what I messed up here. Got it. So we want to say change text size, slider value. Sorry about that. I knew something was looking off. All right, so there we go. There's our function. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to run this now. So run this. And as you can see here, here's our slider bar. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Bam, 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 bam. So now let's go ahead and display the name here. Let's display the name. JC BWIT host. Display the name. Now let's slide it. Bam, 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 bam. Look at that. That's pretty slick. So it actually just increases the slider up and down. So look at what we've got here so far in. We got our GUI window. We added text. We added a text box. We created a push button. Then also we've added a slider to our GUI, which allows us to adjust the text. Our push button translates what we type in our text box and displays it as text inside our GUI window. Okay, so to top this off, we're gonna add a picture to our GUI here. All right. So let's go back here. We're going to create a well, first let's always gotta remind myself. Let's call the picture. Add that to the import statement. Now we want to come down here and we are going to create our GUI, our variable for our picture GUI. So we're gonna say, let me see, let me find me a picture here first that I can fly so that I actually know where it is. And let's see here. How about there's a little Tord logo I got. Pandas PNG. Yeah, that should work. How about pandas? That'll work. I just got some little GUI stuff here, so let me do that. I'm gonna have to. So we're gonna say my pick, and you can name this whatever you want, and this is gonna equal picture, and that's gonna be to the app. We're gonna go here, and then we're going to say image, and then location of our GIF. Now, if you want to, let's go up here. Actually, let's do this here. So we're gonna say GUI pick. I'm gonna create a variable that just is to the path where my picture is. I think that'll be a lot easier than having to type that in. So I'm gonna go here, say GUI pick equals, and then the path to that, which is pandas.png pictures, and then pandas.png. Okay, so now I can simply go down here and then say image equals GUI pick. All right, so now I think this takes PNG. I might, if it doesn't, I'll have to change it. But now we're gonna run our code now. Let me put that little deal out there, no spaces. Now let's rerun our code, and bam, as you can see here, there we go. So here's the GUI that's been added to, or the picture that's been added to our GUI. We're gonna say, what's my name? Pandas. There's pandas. Pandas real big all over the place. Small, big, small, big. Got our slider GUI. So folks, we've created our first GUI. Very simple. Took not a terrible huge amount of code just to get a simple GUI up and going. This is if you don't include all the spaces we've got, maybe. And if you add some additional comments, to what each of these lines are doing, you probably end up with less than 30 lines of code. And this is our first GUI, okay? So that's pretty much it. Join me. I'm going to do a second segment. We're going to walk through and do some additional add-ons where we'll be creating a combo box, check boxes, group buttons, and things like that to show you how to additionally add these to your GUI utilizing Gui Zero. All right, so I'm your host. This has been JC. This is BWIT TV, the hostess with the mostest. Stay where you get it. Who you be with, I'm where it's at. Join me on part 2. Stay tuned. Peace. Holla, holla. I'm out. Don't forget, hit that like button, share, subscribe to the channel. JC, and I'm out.